All right. Happy Friday, everybody.
What
Great
happened?
to see you here today.
Uh,
Sitting with my buddies Anthony and Nate, Pittsburgh. And every day I'm hustling. We also have Joe and Jessica from the Family Flips. These
we're just
should
turning upside down.
yeah, he's on a tilt-a-whirl ride. He's at the carnival today. Joe and Jessica should be joining us pretty regularly on Fridays when they're available, which is awesome. Love having them on the show. I think it's a good way to close out the week. It's always a good time when you guys are on. So it's
For sure. Thank you.
It's a nice way to end the monotone.
Say you're welcome or I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong.
Why are you guys upside down? Are you just hanging out or what?
Fridays are I pick Fridays because Fridays are my least mental focus day. I don't typically get a lot of productive work done on Friday. So y'all got my best.
We're also funnier on Fridays.
A little bit more loopy.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love Fridays.
We were just talking about that with Nate too. He seems more laid back in chill mode because he don't have to look at, man, now I gotta go punch the clock after the show. So the beard is happy.
Yep.
It's lathered up. Yep. No doubt. For sure.
I tried to grow a beard like that for a month, and I got just past the itching stage, and I was like, forget this. I don't even like this. So I cut it.
I tried it, and I get to that point to where it just itches. It starts creeping too far down the neck. So I try to keep it up here a little bit more, but then it just, I don't know, man. And then you get those hairs. I can't get it to grow in uniform. You get them, so I'm constantly clipping it. It seemed like I just got nowhere. So I just set my guard.
I've been working on mine for 30 years.
Yours looks good. Yours looks good.
You had to use line tamer on that. It looks awesome.
I wanted to see what it looked like to have a beard like that. But then I think I found my solution. I didn't want to grow it out. But then I seen a Facebook video the other day of a guy getting like a beard put on.
Don't do it. It's like a weave for beards.
Yeah.
Really?
And I was like, that looks amazing. I can give me the beard to see what it looks like, but not actually have to do the work.
Then you can dye it purple.
No,
Wonderful.
I'm not dyeing my beard.
I could do like a ZZ top with the weave. So I can be like this.
Yeah.
No, I'm confused.
Beard extension. You're gonna be on there as tracks.
I doubt there's anybody here in Arkansas that does that. But if I was someplace else, I might. Until I find out how much it costs. And I'll be like, thank you.
My lame friends.
Now I got a question.
Lame people here.
My lame friends are
What's up,
here.
lamos? I want to start a video.
They're like all confused. Hold on, you
what's
gotta
up,
explain.
lamos?
No, listen.
But then most of our audience wouldn't know what that meant, and then they'd be like, "Why are you calling me lame? Forget you."
So
Unsubscribe.
yeah, so I accidentally called everybody lame.
It wasn't an accident. She purposely did it.
But now Reseller King and Reseller Man and I, we're like this lame group of lamos, and everybody is welcome to be lame with us. But I just saw Reseller King pop up on the chat, and I was really excited.
Freaking lame.
I'm confused though because I'm confused because in StreamYard you're upside down.
Yeah.
But on YouTube you're right side up. Now I'm confused on how that's happening.
I don't know how to fix that problem.
What's up or down? I don't know.
Is
Hold
everybody
on,
on
you
YouTube?
can take a picture of it.
Right
Yeah, we're right side there. On our StreamYard, we're right side up.
Yeah, take a picture so you can show.
Yeah.
I don't know where your camera is.
So
Let me go this way.
Oh wait.
Did it fix it?
Are we still upside down?
You're right side up now. I don't know what it looks like on YouTube though.
YouTube, you're good.
We're right side up. The world has been righted. Turn the world right side up. Our
Yeah,
work is done.
that was weird.
I was very tripped out
Let me
and
tell
very
you all about
confused.
the time my life
Start getting like motion sickness just because everything was flipped around.
Well, I thought they were bringing a whole new thing to just hanging out. You know, I thought they were.
That was taking flipping to a whole nother level.
It's flipping Friday, isn't it? We just flip stuff upside down.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Anthony, do you want to run through our chat quick? And
Yeah, I can do that. First person in this morning is Justin Jacobs. He wants them brownies again this month. Followed by Steven Scroggins. Sandollar, what is up? Parrot Head Picker, what's up, Andy? Good to see you, man. We got Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward. We have Dad's Vintage Garage. What's up, John? All the way from Virginia. Kathy, excuse me, is in the house. What's up, Kathy? We have the Cherry Picker, Veronica. Good to see you. Bluegrass Picker. What's up, Anthony? In it to flip it. What is up? Michelle Lathan. Good morning. Steven, what's up, my man? Steampunk Town. Good to see you. Lisa C. Lisa C is in the house. Said he is flipping all right. Eric Bischoff, what's going on, my man? His 87 box is going to Amazon today, probably. Blue Rhino Liquidations. What's up, Freddie? Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Reseller King. We have Reseller Man, Battle of the Lamos. That's everyone I see so far. If you're in chat, feel free to say something and I'll greet you.
Turn this.
so I didn't really pick a topic for today or anything, since usually we just end up going off topic anyway. So I just figured we'll just kind of go with the flow and just enjoy our Friday. But
By the way,
the flow
that's
very
Shamrock Pixie. You forget.
well, you weren't in chat, so you weren't acknowledged.
But you introduced everybody else on the panel. So
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Showing
he was
here,
so
if
excited.
Shamrock Pixie. Well, I'm not used to you being like here, but she said, "What the flips are going to be on? I'm on." So she didn't want to miss that.
Nope.
What the flip?
So I don't. Anybody got anything exciting going on this weekend?
The Chiefs are playing football.
So, well, we do. Sunday, actually, we are going to look at a building about 45 miles from us, but it's a 1,500 square retail front.
Nice.
with living quarters upstairs.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
In the basement.
And-
I'm pretty sure there's a basement.
Yeah, we're not positive there's a basement. I think there's a basement. There looks to be a basement, but I didn't get into those details. I figured I'd just, instead of asking a million questions through Messenger, just go take a look at it. And what's nice about it is the price for that is cheaper than what we're paying for our little bitty house.
Interesting.
So
Is it like the location?
well, it's still a smaller town. The population is 7,700, which I think ours here is like 2,500.
Here, I
Yeah.
think it's way less than that.
So something like that, 7,700. But where we go sourcing, which is almost 2 hours away, it's only 40 minutes from Green Bay, which is a major city in Wisconsin. Where we normally go sourcing, it's only 25 minutes away from there, and a half hour away from two other. So it's like right in the center of this. All these big cities, with the furthest one being about 35, 40 minutes away.
Yeah, it'd almost be like living where I live, where that's basically the same situation. Like, I like it because I can go different areas all the time, a snap of a finger, and not have to drive so much more to go one way or the other way. I'm like in a central location.
That's the best thing about Pittsburgh is I can go 5-10 minutes in any direction and be in a brand new town with brand new stores and opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And the storefront is right on the main street in the town, so there should be some foot traffic.
Cool.
It's on a major highway that goes through the main part of town. So if you're going anywhere and you got to go through Ripon, Wisconsin, you got to pass us.
Yeah.
Which I'm hoping might kind of generate some. I don't know if I'd just strictly run it as just operating space to operate out of, or if I'd want to have like maybe a small storefront so I can get some of that Craigslist Hunter action of walk-in type deals too.
You could do that. You could do the printing side. You could do all types of stuff.
Yep, it's and it's surrounded by lakes, and I love the fish, so that's
awesome.
So we're gonna go check that out. I mean, it's nothing that I'm trying to hold myself back from getting overly excited, but
I'm excited for the possibilities. So
I'm excited with having, what we live in right now.
Yeah,
is about 800 square foot total, and it's like, man, to be able to go up to a 1,500 square foot store with
the freaking mansion,
with living quarters the same size above, it's like, man, we ain't gonna know how to handle all that space.
More birds.
More birds.
More birds.
Yeah, that's a big space. We went from like 1,100 square foot to like 1,400 square foot this time last year, but that's not including the garage or the carport that we converted into storage. So like we've got like 2,100 square foot here probably. So we understand.
It's
yeah. That's why we're hoping that we could like I say, I don't know for sure. I never even thought to ask if it had a basement. I just usually assume because just about everywhere in Wisconsin has a basement of some sort. But then we'd be able to eliminate our
storage,
our shipping container storage that we have like 10 minutes up the road from us,
Yeah.
So
that would save money there.
It's lots of opportunity. It's like you can go in lots of different directions, which could also be
distracting,
paralyzing, because you don't know exactly the direction to go. So it's going to have to be a lot of planning for you guys if you get the space of what exactly your strategy is going to be, so that you can stay on that course and not deviate when things aren't going the way that you thought they were. You can stay the course.
Right, absolutely. And I think that would eliminate, it would kind of help me also zoom in and focus down, because right now it's like, man, I'd like to do this, but space is an issue. Or I'd like to do this, but location is an issue. Where if I can eliminate two of those issues, it kind of opens me up to things that I'd like to do that would work better. And those are the things I'd like to focus on, but where we're at is not really a logical thing to do. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely do an update on Monday and see how that meeting goes.
That's exciting.
It is. And like I say, I'm trying not to get overly excited, because I don't want to be like, oh damn, and then be like depressed that it didn't work out the way we wanted.
Yeah.
But this is a stepping stone. This is how I look at it. It's a stepping stone in the right direction. It's going to open up a lot of things. Even if we don't get this specific spot, it just means that it's out there and we're closer to getting it to where we need to.
Sure.
So.
Nate's like, oh man, that means you ain't moving to Pittsburgh.
I can't lie. I thought about that. I was thinking, I kind of got bummed out for a second, but I was like, what, that's a great situation.
Yeah.
If I could jump into something like that and I could move or stay in a similar situation where I'm at here, I would do the same thing without a second thought. Having an opportunity to have people come in your doors and generate just additional business to what you're doing now, I mean, it can only help you. Now, your expectations of that business that could come in the door can vary, but at first, I would basically not even count on that as income coming in until you really establish yourself and set it up. But it's another revenue stream of people and business that you can have come into the door, and it gives you a great it will allow you to somewhat separate yourself from the business and your home life in a way too. You got your business downstairs, you got your personal upstairs. When you want to stay with the kids and not think about business, you're upstairs, all your stuff's out of your way. Whereas with me, I have everything here, and it's like I live in my craziness. But I like my craziness, but because I want to go full time. But if I had an opportunity to do what you're doing, 100%, especially with all the stuff that you could do with it, like I said, the t-shirt stuff, you can do a thrift like shop or just stuff that you have in your inventory and just kind of display it and
that's what we thought too, in the front, because it is a actual, it's wide open space. It's got two big, like bay windows or picture windows in the front or whatever. And we thought about that too, and we got all that. It's stuff that we just want to move out, like Resale Rabbit does. He opens up his doors like once a month for the dollar sale just to get rid of this stuff, Like, there's a lot of options, a lot of different directions we could go with it.
I think if you're not going to come to Pittsburgh, Tommy, I think Pittsburgh needs to come to you. You need to hang with them. Get it? Yep.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
In a good way.
Right.
Yeah, because we're tired of it here. Like I said, we're living in a small space, and we're tripping over stuff between her printing and my eBay. I mean, we walk in, we have a 3-season porch in the front, and the first thing I see is stuff that's been sitting out there for months that I'm like, man, that's eventually got to get downstairs and get listed, because it's just sitting there because there's no room for it down here right now.
Absolutely no room at all.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of a weird, like, kind of a opposite thing, but I'm actually like a natural minimalist. And as a reseller, it's very hard to be a minimalist and a reseller. So I have this rule, like, it can't, like, Joe has to, like, tell me, like, he's like, hey, I need to charge some phones overnight. Can I put them in the kitchen? I'm like, what time will they be gone? Like, they cannot stay there all the time. I can't. I like clutter makes me really anxious a lot of times. So I'm okay when it's like working clutter, but I can't just have it anywhere.
Yeah, and I know how it looks too. People come over and the first thing they see is like up right now in the dining room. No, out on in the 3-season area. I got stacks of stereo receivers and speakers and stuff, and they're like, man, you got a lot of crap. And I'm like, but that's money, dude. They just see a pile of junk. They see a pile of junk. I see a stack of money sitting there. So I know how it looks to people.
Right.
It just looks like, man, you guys are hoarders,
Yeah, it does. And I've already diagnosed myself as being a borderline hoarder. And so that, like, I need to declutter my life personally, because it does, like it does with you, Jessica, it kind of gets you anxious and stuff like that. And I think that's my problem with my anxiety right now, is because we have so much stuff and it's everywhere and it's overwhelming. And so if we have an area where we can just move all of the business stuff to it, then I think the home part of it will be so much easier.
We really need to separate home and work, and we just can't do that here. So,
and I think it would be better for the kids too.
It's hard when you're lacking space. That's for sure.
Right.
I mean, we have a garage, a 2-car garage, and then we have a carport that Joe has enclosed. So basically, we have like a 3-car garage that we use for storing space, and then we also have a huge storage building. But I had, and Joe, he was always very respectful about it. I was like, I am very aesthetic. Like, not that I have to have my house perfectly decorated, but things like I like to have green plants. I like to have certain things. Like, if you look at my desk and his desk behind us, like, my desk is clean. Like, it's clear. Everything has a space. If it doesn't have a space, it doesn't belong on my desk. But Joe, he's got like 10 projects.
And drawers full of stuff.
Like just thrown in.
There that goes.
But you know what?
I'll need it later.
He knows where it is, and he knows what to do with it, and he knows what what's going on with it. But I'm like, if I were to sit down and if we were to trade spaces, Joe would be like, "Are you even doing anything?" And I would be like, "I don't even know what's going on here. Like, this is a complete mess, you know." So I think a big boundary for me is that, like, out of any place in the world, like, my home is a safe, sacred place that I can be me, that I don't have to do anything or be anything other than me, and one thing that I need to be able to relax and to be able to be me is to have a space that I understand makes sense to me and that I understand. And so Joe's like, all right, I understand that. So most of the time he keeps it, unless it's like, we have an overflow of phones and we need to be able to list them very quickly. He wants to put him on the kitchen counter for a night. I'm okay with that, but I do try to keep it very separate. He's like, yes. Because if it was up to him.
But I like the little stuff. I didn't think like the more stuff that we've gotten rid of, the more joy that we've been able to find in life. I know, like, kids, they get really lost with stuff, and it's the same for adults. When there's so much stuff laying around and you've got so much stuff, like, your anxiety rises because you never actually feel like you can rest, because everywhere you look, there's something that needs to be tidied or organized or put away so that you can actually enjoy and relax. And a lot of people, it's like we're very self-sabotaging. We sabotage ourselves without even realizing it. And then, like, we're running around with our heads with a chicken cut off. No.
Our heads with a chicken cut off.
You know what I'm talking about.
There's a head rolling around.
You're
the chicken.
ragged because you're so anxious and stressed because there's so much stuff to do.
Oh, and I'm tired of the like my kids, and like my kids, they're 7, 3, and 1. So, like, psychologically and maturity speaking, they're not capable of really understanding, like, their worldview, like the space outside of themselves. So they and they start doing things, and they, oh, I want to play with these dolls and do this, and then they do that, and they're like, oh, Legos, and they go over here and do this, and next thing you know, they've got pretty much everything out.
Room in the house,
literally everywhere, like our bathrooms and the bedrooms and the living room, like, it's just covered in stuff, and I'm like, what in the world has happened? And so the more stuff that they have, which is difficult, because sometimes we get toys and pallets and we're like, oh, they would, and I'm like, no, they don't need it, we're gonna sell it. But like, huge, like, power struggle.
All right.
Well,
Freeze.
Too overwhelmed. Uh-oh, something happened.
Yeah, you froze for a minute.
Okay, are we? Wait, I think I'm still frozen.
No,
Are we not frozen?
you're not so good.
Your audio is good. Your video is a little. You could tell it's cell phone.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I don't know what he's.
I forgot everybody was watching.
Yeah. So
There we go. We're back. No.
Yeah, you're there. You're good.
We can see
we're just
everything
tired of the
go.
power struggle.
Are you connected to Wi-Fi?
Am I connected to Wi-Fi? That's a good question.
Gate City Pickers asking y'all, how's the flea market pursuit going?
It's not. I don't want to talk about it. Nobody's called us.
I'm about to call some people. Because we need to get rid of stuff. We are first in the waiting list for Touch of Heaven.
Are we still frozen?
Are we good?
We can hear you, but your video's froze.
Dang it.
Man, my face is the best part. Just kidding. I don't know.
We're not frozen on StreamYard, which is weird. On our end, we're not frozen.
Yeah,
Anthony
you're
looks
on the
frozen.
side.
Moving. There you go. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
Our Wi-Fi sucks. Jessica was connected to Wi-Fi. Maybe it's getting better now. I don't know. Maybe we need to leave and then come back in.
Yeah, you might want to try it because you're still on the same freeze for almost a minute now. They say we can hear you.
I don't know what I'm doing. That's an app. Well, the phone's upside down.
All right, they'll be back in a minute, I'm sure. What? So what's going on with you guys today while we're waiting on them?
Not much. I'm trying to prepare things like right after the show because I'm going to do a pop-up auction with Justin Jacobs today at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I see that. You got a link for it, or you want me to drop a link for you?
Yeah, I can drop a link.
Do you need more coffee, baby?
I gotta go in there because maybe Anthony's gonna have more of them nifty clothing. You know, I still gotta wear that Steelers shirt. I got it hanging up over there for you one of these days.
Dude, you should just wear it every day.
Right?
Every day, just wear it out, right?
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Looks like Reseller King has a group here for people that want to liquidate items.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there and join that group.
That makes two of us.
Hey, what's up, Cliff? Good morning.
Well, look at that. I'm already joined that group.
Yeah, I think I might already be in it too. I'm going to check.
I just joined.
Somebody's got a 10-pound box of Legos.
Nice.
I'm hoping to pick up 70 vintage WWF figures.
What's up?
They're the rubber ones, the Hulk Hogan's and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold, Triple H. They're rubber and they're figures and they're about $1 a piece.
There you guys
There we
are
go.
again.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay. You're moving now. That's good.
Sorry, guys.
You're
I don't
good.
know how it's my fault, but I'll take credit for that one.
Oh. So I'm actually, as you're talking about pop-up auction, I was actually thinking about having a reverse auction
Which would be what?
where I would start the price. You know, a lot of it would be just to liquidate it and get it out. Start the price at a market, like an eBay market value,
Okay.
and every 20 seconds drop it. Like, you know, most of the stuff would be like $30 I'd start it out at, and then drop it every 20 seconds $1 till the first person says sold.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a cool concept.
It would just be back instead of trying to keep people, you know, 15 people saying, okay, yeah, and they bid their $1, then they bid their $1 and build their $1, and trying to keep track who did it first, especially because of the leg. Just drop it every 20 seconds. It'll drop $1, and then the first person that says they want it is theirs.
That's a pretty cool concept.
Nobody's doing it. It's something different. I thought I might give it a try.
Get her done, man.
You might even get more money for your items too, because a certain buyer might go in early versus
Right, because
no competition or
it's got that reverse psychology thing on it, like where people will be like, "Whoa, I might be able to get it $2 cheaper," but somebody else might snatch it up too. You know.
Yeah,
when you try it.
When you planning to try that, Tommy?
Anyway.
I'm thinking about not this coming week. I got way too much to do, but if my storage unit, we have a cargo container, and we've had so much rain right before it got cold that the latch on the bottom, you know, it's got those big bar latches like on the back of a semi door, are in 2 inches of frozen water. So I'd either have to get out there and chip that ice away to get my doors open, and then dig like a track for that latch to run in. Or Sunday, it's supposed to be almost 45, 48 degrees here. Just wait for it to thaw and then go dig the track when the ground is soft. So probably end of next week or the very beginning of the following week.
Cool. Yeah, if I'm in town, I'll definitely, if you need somebody to throw a few lots together, I'll do it too.
Yeah, it'd be probably after you're back.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be down to participate, especially if I get this storage unit. 2 out of the 3 that I was winning bids on were bought back by the owner. Like they went and paid their due. So now I only got 1 unit that I'm currently waiting on. It should end tomorrow morning. It's a 10 by 30, so it's like huge.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, it's like packed to the gills.
Oh, you got space for that? Or you're gonna rent the unit?
I definitely don't have space, so I'm going to have to get a storage unit.
Is it close to you?
Get one anyway because our house is getting like really bogged down again.
Is it close to you?
No, it's like 40 minutes away. But if I rent a unit at the place near my house, they give you a truck to move in. So like I'd get a box truck, like almost U-Haul sized, and basically be able to go take everything from that unit, put it in one of their units.
Okay.
So
I was just saying, if it was close, you could just maybe rent that unit.
I know that would be nice, but fortunately, no such luck.
So, Joe and Jessica, you look a lot better. You're moving smoother. Did you go on the computer now, or are you still on your phone?
No,
we disconnected from Wi-Fi on her phone, so we're just using mobile data.
That's sad when your mobile data is faster than your Wi-Fi.
It's not that it's faster, but I don't know. There's something going on with the connectivity where like the connection drops at random. And I'm not exactly sure why, because when I test the Wi-Fi speed, it's like 50 or 60 megabytes per second, which for our area, that's pretty fast. But it just drops connectivity at random. So that's what happens. And that's what happened is it just dropped, and then we disconnected from Wi-Fi. So then it dropped signal altogether, which is why it wouldn't catch back up.
Which is the reason why we're doing this on the phone anyway, because we noticed the connectivity issues this morning. So we're like, I guess we'll be going live on our phone instead of our computer this time.
We used to have that issue when we went through the local phone company, through their whatever you want to call that, or whatever they call that. Not dial-up, but
yeah,
the high-speed. We had that all the time where our modem would just randomly reboot, multiple times a day, whether you were in a video or you're working on eBay, and then all of a sudden it's like, and everything just comes to a halt, and you'd have to wait the 2 minutes for it to reboot up. And then once we went over to a cable, we went with Charter Cable. I don't have that. About once a week, though, I have to unplug everything in the network, and then let it reboot, because we have the modem, then we got the router upstairs, and then I got a line coming downstairs that's going to another access point. And every once in a while it gets clogged up with all this stuff, so I have to reset it all about once a week. But
so Cody Bro was asking everybody how's eBay doing this morning.
Dad.
Dad. So I've had like the weirdest thing happen to me this morning, and like I haven't seen this happen on this scale yet. I should have 9 going out, but within the last 2 hours since I've been awake, I got up at 8:30 this morning. In the last 2 hours I've been awake, I've had 5 of those people order and cancel like right away.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
It's the time of year it happens. People buy it overnight, then they find a better deal.
Well, no, it's like an instant cancel. Like they'll purchase it, pay, and then like within 2 to 3 minutes they'll message me, "Hey, cancel the order."
Yeah.
So it's like, I've never had that many people do that in that short a span. It's been like 2 hours, and I've literally had 5 people buy, pay, and cancel.
Man.
I hope it's not any trollish activity.
That's what I was wondering, if that possibly had any kind of effect on it or whatever. I mean, as of right now, it's not really affecting me much outside of probably driving down my like cancellation thing. But I've been selecting at buyer's request, so hopefully that won't go into my stats. But yeah, I have technically 4 going out now that those 5 were canceled, but it was like almost an instant cancellation on all 5 of them.
And I think we lose money on those too, right? Because the eBay fee, I don't know if that gets returned or not.
If you do PayPal, they don't return the money.
Yeah, so I guess I did lose some money on it then.
Yeah, it's like 30 cents an item.
Fishing and picking.
Well, yeah, and with your situation, same as with mine, with working with the capital loan, they pay that
Mhm.
capital loan payment comes out of there. But then when you cancel it and get their money back,
Mhm.
that capital loan money doesn't come back. So it's like paying that percentage right out of pocket.
I didn't even think of that.
Oh,
What's going on with my PayPal?
that stinks.
Yeah.
That really stinks. Like losing a little bit of money, I don't care if it's 2 cents. I hate that. But now you're, losing your cash flow basically to pump up your payments to eBay when it's supposed to work the other way. When you make a sale and it actually goes through to help pay it or whatever.
I'm going through a thing now with eBay. I was telling you guys about that Hot Wheels clock radio thing that I sold last week, and then the person I sold a pretty cool Hot Wheels projectable alarm clock radio, blah blah blah. I sold it last week. Before the person got it, they said, "Oh, we don't want it. We found a different deal locally," which is cool. I have a 30-day return policy, but buyer pays the return. And it's also plus shipping. You got to pay for shipping to them. And if you want to return it, return back. He said, well, we don't want it. So they opened up a return case. They put their return as changed their mind. No problem. So it was automatically approved through eBay for the return. eBay sent them the label, the return label. And they say, well, I don't want to use the label you sent me. I'm going to use my own label. Okay, whatever. It sounded kind of weird to me off the bat, but maybe they get some big, deep shipping discount or something, so.
They might not be able to print it.
I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, well, when I get it back, I'll refund you the purchase price. So they had till the 5th to return it. So yesterday morning, they were like, did you get it back yet? I said, nope, I haven't received it back yet. They're like, well, it should be on your way. He says, should I call eBay and let them know that I sent it? I was like, yeah, call eBay, give them the tracking that you sent it back as whatever, and when it comes, I'll give you your refund. So it comes back yesterday. Destiny runs to the post office, drops stuff off, picks it up from the P.O. box. It comes back as return to sender refused. That's why they didn't want to use the label. So I'm like, oh, whatever. It's kind of shady. I was nervous to open the package because I put my label on the top over the box flaps, but they didn't open it that way. They opened it on the bottom to keep the label intact. So I'm like, ooh, they did a swap out. So I open it up. Yeah, no big deal. It's the right item. It's there. Plug it in, check it out. It's all working condition. Thought maybe he's tried to pull a fast one. No big deal. So I go into eBay to give them a refund. And eBay, the only option for a refund is to refund the purchase price plus the shipping price. And I'm like, well, I shouldn't have to refund them the shipping price because they changed their mind. Why should I have to eat that shipping?
Yeah.
According to eBay's policies, I shouldn't have to. So I called eBay. That's when I was on the phone yesterday after the show. And eBay's like, well, we can't do it on our end, offer the partial refund. You got to go do it on PayPal side and just give them a partial refund. And then we'll see it, and then we'll close the case and then release all the rest of the funds, the shipping or whatever that you paid for. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go to the PayPal side, and there's no option at all whatsoever to do any sort of refund on PayPal side because it says the money's on hold due to an eBay dispute. So I call PayPal, tell PayPal, explain the whole situation. They're like, we can't do anything with the money because eBay has got it on hold. It'd be a lawsuit on us if we just took people's money and did as we felt we wanted to do with it. If eBay puts a hold on it, we can't touch it. We can't give it to you. We can't give it to the buyer. We can't give it to eBay until eBay closes the dispute and tells us what to do with it. So I call eBay back. eBay's telling me, well, what you have to do is get them to agree to the partial refund, and we can't release the refund from the transaction because it's in a dispute. So you have to ask them for their PayPal address and get them to agree to just the partial refund of the purchase price. Send them the money to pay. Ask them for their PayPal. Send it to their PayPal. Take a screenshot that you did that. Then call us back, upload this screenshot, and then we'll close the case and release the funds on that transaction. I'm like, okay, so you got $35 of my money tied up. You want me to send them an additional $17 of my money and get them to agree to that before you're going to unlock and do what you're supposed to do. And they're like, well, that's the step. Or you can escalate it, and then we'll have to initiate the refund, and it's going to be a ding on your account. So I'm totally confused on that whole situation. But anyways, I messaged the buyer, told him the situation. I can't release the funds because it's on hold due to the case being open. I'd be willing to refund them directly of their purchase price minus the shipping because it's a remorse case. I worded exactly how eBay told me to do it. I did that yesterday. I have yet to hear from the people, so I don't know what's going to happen with that case.
Yeah, I do free returns, and I'm able to take out the shipping with the refund amount through eBay. You know how
normally I can do that. This is the first time I've ever had that, but it wants me to refund them. It wants me to refund them the purchase price, the shipping price, and the return shipping label that eBay provided with them. But yet I have a 30-day return policy, buyer pays returns, and shipping was buyer paid shipping originally on the purchase.
If they didn't use the label provided by eBay, you won't be charged for it on your invoice. So I would check that to make sure. And then also in the future, I would just refund them and then call eBay and ask them to reimburse you for the shipping charges, and they'll do it for you.
Oh. Well, why couldn't he tell me that?
Did you talk to? It depends which call center you talk to.
I don't know.
What time did you call?
The first call was at 4:00 yesterday. The last call with them was about 6:30.
Did they have an accent?
No, they're English speaking, and I actually, I did the call me feature. They called me within a minute each time.
Yeah, I would hang up and call somebody else.
I would.
He does it all the time. It's kind of funny.
I'll call 6 or 7 different times until I get the right person.
What I do is I usually do all my customer service stuff like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I seem to get somebody that instantly knows how to correct my issues versus when you call later at night, you get the call centers.
Yeah, I'm like, are you from the Texas call center? And if they say no, I'm like, all right, I'll call back until I get somebody from Texas.
Oh. Okay. Good advice. Good advice.
That's me. I don't. Utah is second best. I'll deal with Texas or Utah, but I won't deal with any other call center.
All right, I'm actually going to write that down.
Unless it's something super simple like closing a return request because they have it, send it back. But if it's anything that requires you to look at the gray area of a situation, get Texas or Utah.
See, and it was strange too because the lady at the post office is the one that pointed out that the bottom had been taped the way it was.
Yeah, she recognized it wasn't our tape. She's like, "That's not your tape."
Yeah, and I'm like, "No, we don't have tape that looks like that." And she's like, "I didn't think so." She's like, "They opened this and they returned it, and it's the same label that you guys sent out. That's a big no-no."
That's bad when the post office recognizes how you pack your boxes.
It's a good thing though, too.
I'd say I'm responding to Boondock Mercantile about says that it's almost as if eBay is trying to mess things up for sellers. They're not. There is a huge discrepancy with training in regards to certain call centers. There are specific call centers that are contracted laborers that they don't really have. They're taught black and white situations. They're not really taught how to think about things, how to look at it from a seller perspective. So that's where the really the huge discrepancy comes from, is how they handle things. But from the many people that I've talked to with all varying levels up the corporate ladder with eBay, is that they are aware that they have made lots of strides to decrease the inconsistencies. In my experience over the last years, they have bridged that gap tremendously. Yes, there's still room to go, but like eBay's not like they're not trying to. They have issues like any large company has issues with training. But I think if we're thankful for the fact that with eBay, you can actually call and talk to somebody. Amazon, you can't call and talk to somebody. You've got to email somebody, and you may or may not get responded back to. So that's just my opinion about it. That I don't know. It irks me, the amount of people that are down on eBay, because all they look at is the negative, and then it's the Mandela effect, where they hear negative, they see negative, so eBay's bad because all they're looking for is confirmation bias. So all they're seeing is the bad stuff, but there's all of these loads of good things that eBay is trying to do that people don't look at the good things. They only focus on the bad. So then when we focus on the bad, everything becomes negative in our lives, and everybody's out trying to get us. My sales are bad. It's because of eBay. I have a return. It's eBay's fault. I had to pay return shipping. It's eBay's fault. It's just business. It's the cost of doing business. But eBay, they aren't making improvements to do things. Just look at it and be grateful for what eBay is providing for you, is that eBay's creating an opportunity for you to be able to sell to massive amounts of people and have the freedom to do it from your own home, making money that you would not have had the opportunity otherwise. So
that's exactly how I feel. And I'm not downing eBay at all in this situation. That's why I say it's just a confusing one, because out of all the stuff, all the times that I've dealt with returns or whatever, I've just never had a situation like this. So it's confusing. But I can't, even Destiny says, you never down eBay. Even if you're frustrated about a situation, you never speak illy of eBay. And I told her, I was like, because that's eBay provides me an opportunity to do something that I could never do otherwise. Not on the scale. I mean, anybody can go on Marketplace and sell. There's all those Let Go, Offer Up, Macari, which are all good apps and places to sell. But eBay is where I can scale. eBay is what allows me to be a business and not just somebody that's selling some shit online,
Are you allowed to feel those negative emotions? Absolutely. You can feel frustrated in all those things, but it's just the blame shifting. That's what really drives me.
I think it's one of those mindsets. If you're a hobbyist, if this is just a hobby for you, a lot of those things become personal. It becomes, I'm not doing it right. I'm not good enough, or somebody's scamming me. When really a lot of times people buy stuff and they don't like it, and it has nothing to do with you. And then a situation occurs, something happens. Yeah. There's a lot of cogs in a wheel to run an operation like this. It's not just you. There's an eBay with lots of cogs in their wheel. There's the postal service with lots of cogs in that wheel, and there's a lot of stuff that kind of all goes, and we're all going to run it. We're going to run into issues. And I think a lot of times if we just shift our mindset to this is the way we do, this is business. It sucks that this is happening right now. This is very unfortunate for me. I'm losing money on this, or that, and absolutely, like every time it happens to me, I'm upset about it. Like it's terrible. It sucks. And I vent to Joe all the time about, this is what's happening and this is why I feel the way that I do, but if we start saying things like, well, they don't know what they're doing, or this is then we're just perpetuating a problem. We're not being the change. We're not solving any issues.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm speaking from personal experience. When I used to complain about every return, and I'm not saying that you did, Tommy, because you were not complaining at all, but it's just
that is a frustrating situation that you're
is that I used to hag every return person. Like every return I would get so frustrated, and it was really because we weren't making a lot of money. So every time that we would get like a $25 return or a $50 or $100, I'm like, man, like, I don't know, like, I don't have a lot of money anyways, and now I'm having to give money back, and I'm losing money. I'm losing money on shipping. But the frustration, it wasn't really about the return. The frustration came from the fear of not having enough, the fear of I'm losing money. I'm working hard to do this, and now I'm losing more money when I already don't have a lot of money. So the anger and frustration came from the fear of not having versus the actual return, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't mind return. There was a time where Destiny, she was the one that would be like, oh, this person. I mean, they just put in a return, and right away she came to, they're trying to scam, they're trying to pull something. They're you know, and I'm like, it's just a return.
In my defense,
I've even used it against her. I'm like, oh, how many times have you bought something at Walmart and was like, oh, got to take it back, either because it didn't work right, or you just decided, or you overspent and realized you overspent. You know, returns is part of business. Returns don't bother me at all. I don't get upset when people do returns. There's times where it's like, ooh, that was a big dollar item that kind of sucked. You know,
we have 17 returns open right now.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling eBay, the gal on eBay. I was like, you know, all I want to do is give these people their money back, get this case closed, and move on. You know, and she says, we appreciate you, you know, willing to do that for the buyer and work with the buyer. And I was like, you know, they sent it back as refused, though, you know, and in reality, they didn't provide no return tracking or anything. So I could have been like, today's the 5th, case closed. But no, I got the item. It's still in sellable condition. Just let me refund them and move on.
eBay, I found eBay's more helpful for me when I come to them as like I'm over exaggerating my willingness to help out the customer. And to make it right with the customer. As long as I'm communicating that to the eBay representatives, they will like pretty much do whatever I want to. As long as I'm showing like I'm trying to take care of the customer, this is what's happening. Like, help me out here. And very rarely do I get somebody that's not helpful. And if I do, I just hang up and like, I'm sorry, you can't help me. I'm going to call somebody from a different call center. And they're like, oh, okay. So
yeah, I've never had like a bad experience, what I'd call a bad experience with like eBay support ever. You know, I mean, I get on there, I approach them nice, even if I have a buyer that I know is outright trying to pull something shady and they're scamming. But I get on the phone, I talk to them nice, I ask them how their day is going right off the bat. You know, how you doing? When they say, well, how you doing? You know, and I kind of try to get about a 20-second, 30 pre-problem chat in there, you know, and I never have a problem. They always seem like they try to go out of their way to help me. I see other people, oh, eBay had terrible customer service and they're nice. They weren't willing to work with me and this and that. And it's like, how did you initiate that call though? You know, did you initiate that call? Frustrated, angry, yelling, disgruntled voice, you know?
Yeah.
Because I believe that first 10 to 20 seconds on the phone is going to lay out how the rest of that call is going to go.
It is. And if you are coming at them in an attacking way, their amygdala is going to get all jacked and they're going to go into fight or flight mode.
Right.
And they're not really going to be as helpful as they could. So that's that.
And I seen earlier in chat, Michelle Lath, she asked, did you, and I hear people say all the time, get a hold of eBay for Business on Facebook. They're so much better to work with. I haven't. I've never really did anything with eBay for Business other than sent them a picture of my Ford Explorer when I decided to use eBay tape for pinstripe down the side, and they thought that was great.
It's still there. It's still there.
And they thought that was great. But other than that, I've never really had anything because I feel kind of how I see Joe express in a lot of his videos. If somebody's got questions, I'd rather just call because it's going to take me forever to type and have that conversation through chat, you know, and I don't want to spend an hour dealing with eBay for Business through Messenger when can make a call and have it done in 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can articulate it so much better through the phone call. So,
Absolutely.
Jameson's Closet. We have 250 in one of our stores, and then about right around 600 in one of our other stores. So about 850 total. We sell anywhere from 20 to 30 items per day.
And yes, and there is fraud out there. There are we do get that too. We do get people who return things. Like we've actually had a lot. I don't know. I wouldn't say a lot.
We get it with a lot with cell phones.
People will send back like little cardboard boxes.
And we say a lot. Like that's only happened one time where somebody actually didn't return back an item, and then one time somebody returned back. I think they got 2 returns mixed up, so they sent us back something they were supposed to be sending to somebody else. But that's only happened twice, like blatant fraud.
Well, no, and then we had somebody send back the same. I think they bought a replacement phone for them, and then sent back their old phone, which could have been an accident, but I doubt it.
Yeah,
we did have.
But this is over the course of 5 years. With, we've done $1 million in sales over the last 5-6 years. So
right. And then even like in pallets, when we buy customer return pallets, there's fraud on that too.
So much fraud on there.
So yeah, I'm not saying that fraud doesn't exist and everything. I'm just saying that if we're always looking at that and making that our normal and making that our usual, then we come to expect it. So when we see it, we're like, oh yeah, that's just the way that it is. Instead of saying, oh well, this is unfortunate. This is an unfortunate anomaly, but I know that. The truth is a majority of everything is legitimate, and we just run into problems because that's life. We just run into problems. Yes, we do have fast selling items. Our main bread and butter is consumer electronics, which usually has at least 100.
About 120% sell-through rate on cell phones, and then it's about 80% on cameras and GPSs, and then it's probably around 30 to 40% on a lot of our pallet goods. Just because when you buy liquidated goods, a lot of the items that you get are items that are difficult to sell on eBay. So it just depends. They all vary. That's why we balance the liquidation stuff, because those are very high profit margin items with items that sell very, very quickly, that we've learned through trial and error that you've got to have the both so that you can have cash flow now, but balancing it with high profit margins. And then Reseller King, that's just the number of active listings.
I thought I silenced her.
That is a neat sound. Somebody's getting abducted by aliens.
Yeah, that's my phone. I thought I turned it down at the very
I'm just
beginning.
getting abducted by aliens.
So I don't know exactly how many items we have listed. Maybe 1,000. I don't know about nursing jobs.
Do you want to work for the VA? Is it your wife that is a nurse? Right?
Oh, out here, the nursing jobs. I'm following you.
What are you? Where were you at?
I'm like, I don't know. Just wasn't. Decline.
I did.
Oh, that was that phone. Okay. I think they're good.
No, I mean, one of my really good friends, she's a nurse, and
yeah,
they always need nursing jobs. They just opened a hospital here in Conway, so yeah. I'm sure there's nursing jobs out here. I'm looking through
here. I wouldn't either, Michelle. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Return a sheet of glass?
I don't know how you would do that.
I don't even know. No, I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Either.
Oh.
Bluegrass picker. That's why if you have you offer free returns. I think it did. You don't even have to have free returns now, as long as you offer returns. that is, if they return an item in a different condition than what you sent it, like if you sold an item with new with tags and they sent it back without the tags on it or attached, like they were in the same bag but not attached, then that's a different condition, and you can refund them up to half of the original purchase price.
Yeah, and that even works with used units now, because we sent out a tens unit that they ended up breaking the lid on it, the battery lid on it.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't resell it for the same money I sold it to them for, because now it's got a defect, and I called eBay and they're like, just refund them 50%, tell them due to damage. The eBay had me just snap a picture and show them, because I take pictures of battery compartments and everything that was in the original listing, and they're like, just send us a picture so we can verify it. They authorize a 50% return. And
Yep.
so it even works with used product if you get something back that's damaged and not the way you sent it out.
Yep.
Reselling asks, won't that art statement, I guess it's a
question. It's a question.
Won't you get bad feedback if you do that? They have the opportunity to leave you feedback, but as long as we only offer free returns. I know that at eBay Open, eBay announced that they were going to change this policy to allow every return. If you provide or you allow any return, that the thing is that gives you the opportunity to refund up to half, but it prevents you or protects you from negative feedback, to where you can refund somebody without fear of them leaving you negative feedback. So if you do this and a buyer does leave you negative feedback, all you have to do is call eBay and say, hey, I offer returns. From my understanding is that the buyer is not allowed to leave negative feedback, and they'll be like, okay, you're right. Let me remove that right now.
Yep. And they will, because I've had it removed. And I mean, it's removed like immediately.
Tennessee's probably cheap to live in, though, reseller king.
So is Arkansas.
Arkansas is the 49th cheapest state to live in. Mississippi's first.
The price of living isn't so high, so
Yep.
you could go farther with it there and here. I know one of my really good friends, she's a nurse, and she has never had a hard time finding a job. So.
All right, I will try. Oh, I guess I'm in charge. He left me in charge. It's a little scary.
No, you got this. You're the boss.
I the boss. My hair's.
Anybody have any questions out there?
Oops. I don't understand his setup. Here we go. Let's see.
Your reselling addict says they sent out a tail light. It literally went 60 miles from them. He says it was cracked when he got it. They doubt it was damaged and shipping, afraid that he'll just send back a different part. Is there anything they can do?
I would first, I would say, hey, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Can you please provide pictures of the damage and provide pictures of the box? That's just to show eBay that you were attempting to work things out with the buyer. It's really, you're preparing a case in the event that something does happen, right? Depending if it was shipped FedEx or postal service, if it was priority mail, if the item was in fact damaged, and you have pictures. With the postal service, you can file a claim, insurance claim, but you have to have pictures with the postal service. You can get up to $100 if it's priority mail automatically. If it's FedEx, you don't have to have pictures, but it's only insured up to $100 anyways. So I would do that. Take that route, file an insurance claim if it did get damaged. I wouldn't mess around with even having them return it if in fact it did get damaged. So if they can provide pictures to you and show you that it was damaged, I would be more willing to work with them and file an insurance claim. But if they're kind of dodgy, not really wanting to do that, then I would have them return the item to you. You could then, if you do get the item back and it is in fact damaged, you can still file an insurance claim, but tack that shipping onto the refund request amount also. You'll have to provide an invoice for that. So you'll have to, get on your eBay invoice for that return shipping, but you can do that. But if you get the item back and there's nothing wrong with it, or if it's a different one, then you can choose to refund up to half of the return cost, and then I would still file an insurance claim.
What he said.
Yep.
He said about what he said. Yep.
Yeah, Tommy had a I think it's only one where he had to go and file a claim through the post office. It was a Commodore keyboard. I believe that was what it was. It was an old keyboard. And the guy bought it because he was looking for it. It was in just immaculate shape. And he got it, and it was in pieces. They ran it over with a tire and damaged it. And he messaged Tommy, sent pictures, and we were like, oh yeah, that's not how it left here. And you could clearly see on the box that they ran it over. I mean, there was
he was real cool though.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Did you tell him what it was?
A Commodore keyboard?
Yeah, the Commodore
Okay, I got it right.
But I mean, I refunded them instantly, and then I just filed the claim with the post office.
And within, actually, that evening,
my claim was processed within 12 hours.
Yep.
And then the buyer was like, "Hey, if you come across any more of these, I'm interested in buying them." So I still maintained a happy customer, even though they didn't get
what they were looking
for. I was like, "Go ahead and keep it," and he was like, "Yeah, maybe I'll just do something with the shell because the shell isn't broke. All the keys were busted and everything." He's like, "Maybe I'll modify it into something," because he's a collector of Commodore stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, cool. Do what you want with it," you know.
Yeah, it's yours. But yeah, I think that's the only one you ever had where you had to file a claim, right? Through the post office?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I so remember that because he showed me the pictures and I was just like heartbroken.
And it was packed good. It looked like it was rode over by a forklift during loading or something. I mean, it had the big tire track right across it. There was no denying it.
There was no events.
But I can't say that I've really had any major problems with eBay or returns. I had one lady, she bought a couple boxes of hair dye and she wanted to return it, saying, well, the hair dye was bad. It didn't turn my hair the right color. And I'm like,
I still laugh at that one.
Okay, well, send the ones you haven't used back. Well, I used them all.
She wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if you...
So I had to call my mom because my mom, you know, she's a beautician. She has been a beautician for years and years and years. So I was telling my mom about this, and my mom's like, obviously she dyes her hair, and obviously she knows that when you put hair dye on top of another color, it is not the same color that's on the box. Common sense. So I don't think this one had common sense because she was fighting about it.
She filed, you know, to get her money back on eBay, and eBay basically said, return the product and get your refund. Well, she didn't have nothing to return because she used it all. So.
Yep, and then she left the negative feedback, and it was.
But how do you? I'm not happy with the hair dye. I don't like it. It turned. Now I could see if it turned her hair green or something like that, but she said it wasn't the right shade. It wasn't the shade it showed on the box. And it's like, well, it depends on what your base color is to start with, you know. But I was like, return the other two boxes. Well, I used them. That's like me eating a whole bag of chips and saying, "Man, them really suck." You know.
Reselling addict said, "I want my hair as purple as Jessica's. My dye only got a purple hue. I'm suing."
Hey, this purple is hard. It's one of those things like I actually seriously considered dyeing my hair back brown because I was like, this is just a lot of work. Because purple is just the kind of hair dye that just doesn't stick very well. Like sometimes regularly reds and purples just don't do very well.
I don't think you could go back brown because
that's what I'm saying. Now I'm stuck with it because it's like part of me now.
I heard Joe's stories of his dreams about the purple-haired girl. It wasn't a brown-haired girl.
When he first met me, my hair was purple, and then it went back brown, and then I got dreadlocks, and then I dyed it purple, and then ever since then it's been that way. So I don't know. I guess I'm stuck with it. But
So
it just
she's
takes
got
a
to
lot
keep
of
the purple. She's got to keep the purple, right, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I like it now.
He didn't want me to have dreads. He didn't want me to have dreads, but I was like, let's just do it naturally. It'll be really, really slow. That way, if at any point you're like, I just can't do this, I'll brush them out. But as you can see, they matured, so they grew on him.
They did.
I actually thought it was going to be a low maintenance thing. It is not low maintenance.
No,
but luckily I love it. It ended up. It was actually for spiritual reasons that I ended up getting dreadlocks. I had been reading about the Nazarites in the Bible. I'm sure Anthony, you're like, yeah. But I was talking about how they were set apart for the purpose of God. And
can I get a refill of my coffee too?
Yeah, where's my coffee?
That
was gone.
If you were closer, I'd refill for you.
She almost got fired yesterday because I had to go get my own coffee during the show.
But she redeemed herself with all the necklaces.
Be careful with that.
And then I went upstairs. I was like, hey, you're slipping. I have to come up here and get my own coffee now. And she's like, well, I was doing the accounting. I'm like, oh, well, okay. You get a pass today then.
If you fire your wife, your spouse, your friend, like, you know, it's probably not a good thing. Like, I doubt they're going to just let it go. You probably will get fired from other things.
Right.
Thanks, Reselling Addicts. She likes my hate.
Yeah, and Reselling Addicts, I don't know what about your specific insurance claim that you had. I've never had them say you need to bring the item in to the post office. I don't know if you filed the claim online and then they said you need to take it in. That doesn't make any sense because that goes against their policy. Maybe the pictures were not sufficient to where they deemed that they actually damaged the item. I don't know about that, but I've never had that happen before. And I've filed probably 20 claims over the last 5 years.
Yeah, because they told me when I went to file my claim, you know, I talked to my postmaster, I explained it, and I showed him the pictures, and he was like, just go online and upload the pictures. Don't have them send it back to you, because once they send it back, that will void any claim option that you would have. So just get the pictures from the buyer, and then send them in for the claim. And like I say, within 12 hours, I was shocked. My claim was processed and approved.
That's nice. If it was always like that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. That's the only claim I've ever had. So.
I mean, I would say they're pretty fast. And the claims that we've had, they haven't been. I mean, I would say there's a couple that've been maybe a couple of days, but it hasn't really been ridiculous. They're pretty on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've always been good with me. I mean, sometimes it takes a couple weeks to, you know, get my money back, but other than that, like they've always taken care of me through the post office, unless of course I didn't send it out priority. Then you're pretty much screwed.
Right. That's true. Kelly, the econ mom, like, look, don't even get me started on. I used to be a server. She's like, it's like when people who eat the whole plate of food like at a restaurant and then complain the food and try to get it free. I'm like, don't even get me started.
I'll throw this plate at you.
I will. Yeah. I don't get angry very often, but I had to quit serving because it was bad for my mental health.
I worked in restaurants for 20 years, and then people be crazy.
Just hungry people are just not the best to. They're just not the most. Yeah. They don't make a lot of sense.
The funny thing about that is my wife will get a meal that she doesn't like and she'll want to send it back. And she'll be like, here, try this. Tell me I'm not crazy. And then, like, me trying it turns into me eating it. She's like, I'm not going to be able to get another meal. Knock it off. And she'll, like, slap my fork away. Like, well, you welcome to be onto your plate, and now you expect me to leave?
Let's see. I'm trying to catch up here. Let's see. Reseller King wants to know what's the best thing each one of you sold.
What's best thing? That's like
the next thing.
The best thing, like that's very people specific. Like like the most expensive thing?
I don't know. Is it the best, like the coolest thing? Because that's what I interpret it as, the coolest thing. But
what did I
then
have a hard time selling that I wanted to keep? I sold a lot of
that would be a hard question for me to answer because there's so many classifications on what the best of like what, you know. The most shockingest thing I've ever sold is we had our flea market booth over here, which is literally right around the corner from us, you know, weekend flea market, but we had a permanent booth there. And I had these things in there for 2 years. Didn't know what they were. They were just these metal something or
You
another.
had $2 on them a piece at the flea market.
I had $2 a piece on them, and then we were deciding where we're going to get out of the flea market thing. It's taking up too much of our weekend time. Marked them down to $1. Nobody wanted them. So I finally did research on them, on what it was, and found out that they were the old cars that still had like the little rain gutter lip on the roof above the door. They were clamp-ons for like a canoe rack or kayak. Well, they didn't have really kayaks. It was probably as old as those were, but like a canoe rack for the roof of your car, but it was missing the pole that goes across. It was just the clamps for it. And I put them up on eBay at auction, and somebody gave me a $250 offer out of Canada within like 15 minutes of being on eBay, and I was sold.
that's it.
You know, so I mean, I was selling them for $1.
And nobody wanted them.
You know, and I was like, wow, I need to start and that's what really got me into thinking outside the box and looking at things just because I don't know what it is or it looks like nothing to me. Check everything out because you never know.
No, we sell like, you know, old phones and stuff, and like for me, like I don't know, I guess I'm snooty because I'm like, I don't want a phone that's, you know, super old because I just feel like it's not going to work. But like people buy stuff, and then we have cameras that are like 6 megapixels, so it's like you can hardly keep it focused, but they sell so quick. And I'm like, I mean, for me, like I would be like, oh, this is an old camera, I'm just gonna throw it out. But it sells. If y'all find cameras and stuff at like your Goodwills and stuff, snatch them up because they.
And I pass them. I mean, I saw a lot of like older 35 millimeter and 110 film cameras, you know. But
what's that one
I pass up? I have a box, like a shoebox full of like the old 6 and, you know, megapixel or cameras that I'm like, I usually give the kids, here, go play, take some pictures but I'm seeing more and more, you know, I'm being told by different people, those cameras still sell. And I'm like, who wants a 6 megapixel
I don't know who they
or
are.
camera?
Find out who they are though.
I don't know. I've had one person, they bought like 5 different cameras from us over the last month, and they're all like 8-9 megapixel cameras. I'm like, okay.
Well, I was watching one of your videos. It was one of your flea market videos. I think it was the one where you were going out looking. And at the beginning, you said you had 29 items going out. You had them all laid out on the table. You know, so me, I like to learn. So when it came to that point of your layout, I'm like, pause, brain. What's he got there? And I seen a bunch of them were the older, smaller cams. And I'm like, and I just got them sitting there with no intention to sell.
Buckets,
right?
And buckets. These all need batteries.
Yeah, we gotta find batteries for some of these. I mean, like this dude right here will sell. Let's see, what's the megapixel on here?
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good
14.
one. They look like that though. This is a 7 megapixel camera.
That'll bring $20 in a couple weeks.
Isn't that crazy? And it sells. Like the sell-through rate's amazing. So.
And I can grab them for like $1.50 at my thrift store.
Yeah.
They just have them sitting in a little basket, you know.
We had these cameras. Oh, that's wow.
There you go.
Oh, and
this is like an old, like one of the original vlogging cameras.
It's like old school. Look at that.
But
we had
for like
a
40,
couple
50
of those,
bucks,
what were
actually.
they? Those flat
these
cameras.
Oh, like the first Polaroids.
Yeah, we got our hands on a couple of these flat
They were like the first Polaroids that would flatten down to
yeah.
about that thick, and they were probably like that big. And you pop them up.
It took me 2 hours to figure out how to open the thing. To open it, because I had no idea. I'd never seen it like it before in my life. 2 hours. I went online to try to see if I could figure out how to open. I didn't even know where to begin.
And I picked them up at a rummage sale for $1 a piece, because I figured, well, cameras. There's this camera enthusiast. You know, if I can get $10 for them, I'd be happy. And all 3 of them sold for $70 a piece within 24 hours. I was like,
there you go.
And it was
Awesome.
once I figured out how to open it, the other 2 were great. But yeah, to try to clean them, and yeah, you put them in on the listing,
and they
untested, right?
Yeah, I put them untested because I don't have the film. I actually picked up some different film cartridges that you can put. I seen a thing on YouTube for testing Polaroids that you can mount a battery in there, and if it has the master sheet, so you can at least test it for flash and feed and whatever. So I'm gonna do that. Or people have them; they're selling them on eBay too. I think test batteries for Polaroids.
Yeah.
For like $12, $15, which is a good investment if you come across. And I come across enough of them to make that worthwhile. You know, because then you can at least. These were sold untested. You know, nice condition. They were in great condition, but I couldn't test them. And all 3 got great reviews too.
Yeah.
You know, worked perfectly, blah, blah. I'm like, if I could have sold them as tested and working, I would have been more in the $125 range.
Yeah.
And no, we didn't get these from pallets. We buy these in bulk though, 30, 40, 50, 100 at a time.
So lots, which we talk about lots a lot too.
We hardly ever buy anything individually. Maybe once every 6 months.
You know, date night maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys do any? I mean, I know you say it's harder in your area, but do you guys do any one-off? Like, do you in the summertime? Oh, there's a rummage. Let's stop and check out what you got.
I mean, we do. It's not a huge priority, but you know, we like to take the kids.
We do it for fun.
It's more of like a fun type thing. Take the kids, you know, let Jillian do a little math, you know, and then, you know, go out for donuts or for lunch, depending on what time we leave, and make just.
Whoop.
Oh.
Sorry.
Phone call.
Some telemarketers. I like to mess with the telemarketers.
So to say.
Oh, I'll do that.
I'm like, you calling about a dog?
Like, yeah, can I get a pepperoni pizza, please? They're like, huh?
Joe's
I'm like, yeah, I need a pepperoni pizza with extra cheese. And they just hang up.
Yeah. Or I'll just say yes to everything they say for as long as possible until they just hang up.
You went on.
I went on a tangent last week with one of these people that are trying to sell me insurance because of my internet inquiry that I never did. Your recent internet inquiry about medical insurance. Well, I had this guy go through his whole spiel. You know, I made him go through all this thing, and I asked him, well, but what policy will cover my sick camel? You know, I'm trying to get insurance for him because he's really not doing well. You know, after I made him blow out about 15, 20 minute spiel, you know.
Yeah, he's also had where they would call and he'd answer.
Oh, they want to sell me a warranty, extend my warranty for my 96 Explorer.
So he will put on Derek's channel, NASCAR Man 3345, when he's doing his racing thing, and he'll play that, and they'll sit there and they'll listen to it, thinking that they're talking to somebody. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
It really is.
Yeah.
You did one time where you told him that you passed away and he was your brother, and you didn't appreciate how they were calling and harassing, and put on the tears. Like this poor woman was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, if
I had somebody tell me that somebody was trying to, or like that they suspended my social security number. I'm like, oh.
Well, what is my social security number?
They wanted like my address and all this stuff, and I was like,
you should know this information about me.
If you
I'll do that too. they'll do that. You know,
credit card
you are
ones.
pre-approved for credit, blah 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 blah, and then the first thing they say is, well, what's your name and social security number? And I'm like, you pre-approved me. You should have that information.
You should already know.
How did you pre-approve me? You don't even know my name.
Yeah. And then somebody said about
Sorry.
Kelly Ecom Mom, a lot of Josh, he bought a lot of expired film when he first started reselling off of Facebook. So, and then reselling addicts. Do we ever buy anything off of eBay? Yes, we buy things off of eBay to flip back on eBay because it's just a great way to make money.
Now, I've been, talking about that. I've been playing with that extension that Chris just did a video on.
Yeah.
For that is pretty neat.
Yep. All kinds of stuff you can buy from eBay and sell back on eBay for more money. When I first started selling jeans, I was buying jeans off of eBay and then selling them back on eBay, but with better pictures and stuff. I would look for auctions that would end in the middle of the night where nobody was going to bid, or with ones that had crappy pictures or no measurements, and then I would buy those. But you could do that with just about anything on eBay. I would do it, if you are going to do it, I would do it with items that sell fast, because your margins will be slower. But if you can spend, $10 on something to make 15 or 20 bucks, that would be a no-brainer. Who wouldn't do that? I would do it. Any business investor would spend $10 to make 20 bucks.
Yeah. And there's another extension out there too. I haven't used it in a while. I just been too busy or whatever, but I used to use it a lot. It'll search eBay like a product that you're looking for, but what it'll do is it'll search eBay for the common misspellings of that product. So if it's misspelled, it won't show up when you're searching it.
Yeah.
But this will go and you can, especially in auctions, it's not getting any views, it's not getting any hits, it's not getting any bids because nobody's seeing it. And you can grab stuff pretty cheap too with that.
What's up to Justin Grimes Fines? Appreciate you popping in to say hello, man.
See what's happening.
Hello.
Watched his video. They were him and what the hells were in a storage shed. It was like they were like 6 years old again, just like having fun and playing in a making forts and going through boxes and stuff. It was great.
Yeah, for sure.
I have not watched that one yet.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But we have reached our maximum time allotment for today.
Absolutely.
We've got to go.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Yep, love having you in, and you're gonna try to be on with us Fridays now, right?
Yeah.
So
An hour and a half is about all we can do. Just that
that's great.
But I love hanging out with y'all.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's like I say, I think it's a fun way to end the week.
Yes, and we do have another video coming out later today. A video. And Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we do our little live stream on Wednesdays at 3 if y'all want to check that out. And then on Mondays, we do how-to videos. And then on Fridays, we do kind of day in the life, vlog style stuff. And then we are starting to film some seasonal content, meaning that we'll film like 5, 6, 7 episodes at a time. And then we'll release those like every Tuesday night, like at 7 or something for like 6 weeks. So that way we can tell a story, but not try to cram it into one thing, but it has some sort of, I don't know how to explain it. I'm tired.
And I know you're
too late playing Madden last night.
And I know your channel
adjust my schedule because I stopped going to CrossFit in the morning because my son and just everything. So I go in the afternoon. So now I'm like, well, I need to adjust my schedule, but I'm still waking up at 4 a.m. and I can't stop. My body's adjusted to it. So by like 7 o'clock, I'm like, I'm ready for bed. Joe's like, let's hang out. And I'm like, I can't.
Yes. So
and I know your channel link has been dropped throughout the show today in chat, but I also have it down at the top of the description. So anybody that isn't over there subscribed to the Family Flips, definitely get over there, subscribe to them, and they have some great content.
They're awesome.
We need
Y'all
4
are awesome.
subscribers to hit 2,400. So
Oh wow.
Well, we
we
should
get
have
4
4
of y'all
people in
to
here that
jump on.
can jump over there and sub to you.
Yeah, I would say there's got to be at least 4 people in here that could get over there and get you that
That would be
2,400.
the
Yeah.
bestest.
Maybe.
Oh wait, no, one more. Oh my gosh, y'all are amazing.
Come on, one more, guys.
And then
We've grown
Reseller
a lot
King.
over the last couple of months. I think we've gained like 1,000 subscribers over the last 3 or 4 months.
That's awesome.
Tell you what, whoever that last subscriber is that goes over there and gets them to 24, I'll send you a Pittsburgh sticker today.
There you go. And Reseller King just dropped a link in there, so it's real easy for you to get over there. And
I don't know.
What is happening?
It keeps. I think people unsubscribed. They heard.
Gary
Pittsburgh.
said he just subbed.
No.
Did you hit it?
you go and look.
No, hold on.
Sometimes whenever you get a, sometimes
Colin, if you want a sticker, dude, I'll just send you one. You just have to go live at night more often.
sometimes it takes
Okay,
a
now we
second when you
gained
get
2 more.
bunches
I
like
don't know
that.
what's happening.
Just me
You
casting
like
sub.
it, so you don't, people.
It's
And
it's
then we lost.
showing me.
What is happening? What are y'all doing out there?
It shows me 2.4K
There we
subscribers.
go. Who was the last one? Who just subscribed?
So, do you know who it was?
Let me find out.
That's only if they turn on notifications.
Well, I can still see. Is it on? Where is it on here on this app?
Yeah, and if you are sub, definitely make sure you hit the notification button.
Yeah.
That way you can catch them live. I love catching the lives. That's the right way to see the exact.
We don't know. Nobody turned on the notifications button.
Who's gonna claim the 2,400 subscribers?
Whoever it is, we thank all of you who have
Yeah,
subscribed
you
to
guys
us.
are awesome.
And Michelle asked earlier, I don't know if you're still on. We went back and forth. We got permission to talk about it, but we can't give any details. So we decided to not talk about it in detail until we can
You can't
release
just say
further
that. You can't.
detail.
Okay, so Grimes said he did.
We're at 2402 now, so somebody add the added bonus. So we thank y'all. We
Yeah, I
appreciate
appreciate you guys getting him there.
it. But in March or April,
We've got a fun treat.
Reseller King
Yes.
wants you to give Grimes a ranch.
Oh,
ranch?
Yeah, I knew what you mean, dude. He wants you to give him a ranch. Yeah, he should get a ranch.
A ranch.
yeah, I don't know why
A
he wouldn't do
ranch.
that.
Well, that's what he wrote, a ranch.
I did that wrong. Yeah, I don't.
Gary saying it
Thank you, West Max Gary.
So-
West Max Gary is claiming the tree.
Tell you what, I'm going to throw my email in the chat right now. Those of you who subscribed to them, just get a hold of me, and I can get you some stickers.
You the best. YouDaBomb.com.
Yep.
You're amazing. And they keep subscribing.
Absolutely. Grimes' spine has been wrenched, and so West Max Gary.
Been ranched. Been ranched.
He's been ranched.
Maybe I'll put them on,
Ranches in
maybe I'll
here.
put them up on
He's
eBay.
fully ranched.
Reselling Addict.
Lovely ranched it. I don't know. We got to go, though. we have 4 goodbyes. So it's officially
Much love to you guys.
Goodbye.
You guys, well, at least this time you're leaving with over 24K.
Yeah,
Or I
Yeah,
mean,
you guys are the
2,400,
best.
right?
Thank you.
I know what you meant. Y'all have been very fun. We appreciate you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
All right.
All right, I gotta go see what's going on with the chitlins upstairs.
Making some chitlins.
We,
Potatoes.
Anthony heard chitlins. He was
That's
like,
what I called the kids.
lunchtime.
Right? I was like, what?
Chitlins. I'm not a fan of chitlins. I never tried them, but I'm not a big fan of poopy intestines.
They
Yeah.
stink.
Oh, never mind. I gotta change that because I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah.
I just heard the word, thought it was neat, and
Yeah, they're poopy intestines.
yeah, never mind.
Oh,
I smelled them cooking before, and it's not a good smell.
here, let me do this.
I'm gonna go.
I know Flipping Particles asked what my background is. I'll have to show you here. Let me bring it up.
Yeah, what is the background?
It's the eBay struggle. All right.
Yeah, so to whoever went and subbed, just send me an email to that email I put in the chat. I'll make sure I send you guys some stickers.
Flipping Particles asked what the background was in StreamYard. That's the 4 stages of eBay addiction. It's just a vicious circle. I should put that on a shirt.
God bless you.
Or put it
Thank you.
I should put that on a mug, eh?
Sure.
That'd be kind of cool on a mug.
You're putting everything on mugs, bro.
Mugs, people seem to really like mugs.
Are you done sharing?
And then we did get our Etsy store created yesterday. So now we're gonna start just getting some of the stuff listed in there. I'll have to add a link to that too, to my link tree. And
Yeah, I love mugs too.
Mug life.
Yeah, hashtag mug life. Yep.
so Nate, I know some people are interested in getting in on that OBS kind of walkthrough. When do you think you want to do that this weekend? Yeah, just a general. We don't have to pinpoint the time, but
I know I want to do something tonight after Justin's auction with Anthony, and then I want to do something Saturday. So I just have to figure out what we're doing yet. So there's definitely going to be something going on today, later on, probably this evening, probably I'd say around 5ish.
okay.
But if you're watching Justin's auctions, it'll probably be right after that, and then Saturday I'll put something up today for Saturday. Just kind of schedule something for. So if it's not a working hangout today, it'll be tomorrow.
All right, cool.
Bye,
I'm
everybody.
available. I'm available anytime except for Sunday when we go look at. That's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon our time. So
Yeah.
other than
And
that,
I'll be working anyway, so that wouldn't work.
just to throw it out there, like Nate said, we do have a pop-up auction happening today on my channel at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be featuring Justin Jacobs. He has a lot of really cool lots that he's bringing out, and I'm also going to put together a few lots that are going to target resellers. Essentially just some stuff that you can buy and resell for yourself. I'll liquidate a few things since I need to make room for that storage unit. But at request of Reselling Addicts, for anybody who didn't just go sub to Family Flips, I just posted a listing on eBay for the sticker too. So it's only $2 free shipping. I'm not really looking to make any money on it. So I made it pretty cheap. So if you guys want a Pittsburgh sticker and you're not one of those people that went and got them over that, then you can feel free just to go to my eBay store and pick that up. Or if you come to the auction today, anybody who wins one of my auctions, I include these in all of my auctions as well. So just a little shameless plug for stickers.
anything you're starting out at $2?
Well, yeah, they're $2 or best offer, so you can either pay $2 or $1. Just
Have you got anything at auction?
I don't really care.
I mean, you got anything at auction starting at $2 today?
I don't
Then
know.
I can buy a sticker and get a free auction item.
To be fully transparent with you, I only have like maybe 2 items put together so far, and it's just because it was leftover. And one item I took from Ashley because she's not using it. I'm gonna auction off this box for like starting at $25. It has a bunch of GNC stuff in it, and it has a $50 gift card inside. So I don't really know what all of it is. I just know it came in the mail for Ashley, and I took it. So
Reselling Addicts is asking, do you have a link to the sticker and a volume discount?
I do have volume discounts, yeah. And I also have 25% off my entire store right now. So let me grab a link for you.
Also, whenever Anthony goes to Disney, I'll be having the show on Thursdays as well. And if anybody isn't subscribed, there's my link in the chat. I'll have the show on Wednesday and Thursday that week, but it's usually on Wednesday.
Tommy Bernhard wants to know where Mr. Ice-T is today. That's the only reason he came into chat.
That was why I showed up today too, Tommy. I was like thoroughly let down.
I put extra line tamer in today just for the fact that Mr. T could be here. So
you never know when he's going to show up.
What's up, Chris? Old school Larry.
Lisa C, what does she say? She says she's interested in OBS. Doesn't OBS require a pretty decent PC? Yeah. I mean, you don't have to have like a real high-end gaming PC, but you do want something that's halfway decent. If you're running, say, a PC that's probably 5 years old, it'll probably struggle a little bit. Depending on, if you upgraded it. RAM. Like I run it on my laptop, i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and it runs. It runs pretty flawlessly. But if I'm trying to do other things in the background, like say I got OBS and I'm hosting a StreamYard, and now I want to go and cruise around the internet to look for something in the show, it lags that down a little bit. And it also depends what you're having OBS do too. I mean, if you're just trying to add, a scrolling banner or be able to be live and maybe show pictures up here of something in your eBay store, it's not going to take up as much resources than if you're doing green screen and got a scrolling banner and have overlays. The more you have it do, the more resources it's going to eat naturally.
Yeah, so Tommy's asking, is my store no reasonable offer over 1 cent refused free ship? It's set to $1 as the base for the offer. So if you offer me $1 plus free shipping, I'll send it out. I'm just going to throw a stamp on it.
If you're selling addicts, don't see how to buy two.
Oh, you know what? I probably didn't put quantity on there. Let me go in and change the listing real quick.
You get a lot of interest in them. We might have to make some different sizes, Anthony.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at least if you run a gaming rig, you'll be fine.
It's revised now, so you can feel free to go in. Yeah, that's what I forgot, was to make it a multi-quantity listing. And anybody that's interested in any other merch like mugs or hats or shirts or any of that stuff, you just email Tommy. He's going to be like kind of my Teespring.
Yeah, and we'll get those up and available on Etsy, so then they'll just be able to go right through there and purchase. And then I'll give you a link to throw around that'll take them right to your stuff.
Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate that. I would have just sent you one too, but I appreciate that very much. Because I'm pretty sure you went over and subbed to Joe and Jessica.
I think everybody should go in there and buy a sticker. See how many times we can make his phone go cha-ching before the show ends.
I'd be okay with that.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I find my sticker, I'm gonna put it up at auction. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
It's trending right now. Where'd I put it? I had it on my desk. It's probably under my laptop. I went to put it on my laptop.
I was saying you should put that on your laptop, but then you'd never see it when it's open. Everybody else would, though.
I'd put it probably right on like the on top
The
of
screen.
a
Put it on the
sticker.
screen.
On the screen. That's not a good idea. I couldn't see my screen.
Should put it in the beard.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll have to finagle with the lights that might be on the show Monday, maybe. We'll see.
I'm gonna write a nice little handwritten note here on the back of this card.
Another one.
Oh, thank you, whoever that was.
eBay's on fire.
Was that Reseller Man? Pretty sure that was Reseller Man. Thank you, Reseller Man. I'll get you a handwritten note too.
But you get a sticker and it comes with the Pittsburgh autograph. Then when you make it big and you're a big YouTube sensation, you're viral and you're known why, everybody be like, man, I got his autograph.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he was just selling stickers.
Yeah, I would have never even thought to put it on there. So thank you, Jenny. That was a good idea.
Old school picker said he needs a beard shaped sticker with his name on it.
There you go. There you go.
I was thinking of doing a logo or something like with my Pittsburgh hat, a pair of glasses, and just the beard showing. I think that'd be kind of cool. That might be my new logo move forward. Who knows? I can switch logos every other week, I guess.
Well, give me a selfie, Nate, with a blank background, but wear a white T-shirt so the beard really stands out. You know.
All right.
Thank you to whoever. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it.
And make sure you got your vape in there or blowing a cloud or something.
I appreciate that, guys. You guys are amazing. Card.
How many of them you got? Did you get like 500 of them?
Yeah.
Who knew stickers were a hot commodity, right?
Stickers are awesome. You can put them on anything. Make something plain, something cool. Might get a bumper sticker, just a beard, so your car has a beard.
That's what you should do. Just get a big beard and put it on the back window of your car, man.
The beard bumper sticker.
The beard mobile.
Follow this beard to all the good deals.
Kathy, I appreciate that.
I would never thought the beard would be my thing. First time I ever had a beard.
Listen, Anthony's phone just going off.
That's because we literally have the best viewers ever in the history of the world.
If I had a lighter laying around, I'd be like, "This is on fire."
You know that's a better thing than getting a super chat. You get a higher percentage, and you get a souvenir.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Thank you.
You want to support this channel? Buy my sticker. That's actually that's a good idea. Nate, I think we need to come up with stickers.
Right? There's a couple things.
We can't even get super chats, so
well, you're the sticker man.
I know I should talk to my guy.
There's a couple things I want to
make some stickers. Yeah, absolutely. All right, good. I worked it out.
couple things I have in the works that I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah, all of these stickers will be shipped today too, just so you guys know.
Amazon fast shipping by yours truly, fulfilled by Anthony, Pittsburgh.
Thank you. Let me see who that one was. Kelly, thank you so much, Kelly the Econ Mom Ward. I appreciate that so much. You guys are blowing my mind. And Kathy wrote a message. I love watching your YouTube channel. I'm a huge fan. Thank you so much. Kathy is amazing. Kathy was my very first non-super chat and regular super chat. Fun fact.
Nice.
Jenny ordered 2 stickers. Oh, there's another one. Who's this one? Lisa C. Thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate that.
Cliff says that your shipping should be called Pittsburgh Prime.
Why? Because it's free in 2 days?
Fast shipping, and it's from Pittsburgh. Literally from Pittsburgh. Figuratively and literally.
You guys are insanely cool.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll help with other sales in your store, because it shows your store getting a lot of attention. If it'll give you a little boost anywhere else.
That'd be awesome if it does.
Yeah.
We'll come on. He'll
It
come
might
on
have
my.
multiple benefits.
He'll come on my live hangout tomorrow. Either, like I said, it's just gonna be a regular working hangout or a OBS thing. But he'll be like, "Man, I sold like 50 items non-sticker."
Was that you, Gary? This one was Wendy. Thank you so much, Wendy. I really appreciate that.
Gary says he'll be buying a sticker later today, Pittsburgh.
Sounds good. It'll be there. I appreciate you guys.
Thought I was listening to the song. Ching.
Anthony's going to walk into the post office today with just a stack of envelopes.
You better get your envelope game going.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting ready to. I'm filling out Jenny's right now as we speak.
No, I meant like make sure you got a bunch of envelopes. Oh yeah.
I keep a stack of envelopes just because I sell a lot of cards.
I grab boxes of envelopes all the time over at our thrift store. They're always in there for like a quarter for a box of 50 or 60. So I grab them all. I got big boxes of envelopes around there.
I get them at the dollar store.
Tommy Bernard. He said he had stickers made. They were Tracy naked. For some reason, they never showed up. The little Asian boy probably still yanking away for them.
Should have had Tommy make them. Oh, jeez. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are like insanely blowing my mind right now.
Tommy wouldn't probably be allowed to make them if Destiny would have to make them.
Thank you so much, Constance. I really appreciate that.
No, Gary asked, do I have any stickers we can buy? No, I make stickers and I don't have any for myself. But guess what? By Monday, that game will change.
Coming soon to YouTube near you, Sticker Mania.
Right?
Yeah, I'll try to have something Monday too, so this way we'll have a premiere release at the same time.
There you go, Tony. You got your note on my card, and you got the stickers.
Make a Mr. T Tommy sticker. I could do that.
You should. That would be amazing. I would buy one of those.
You might have to ship out mine, Tommy. This way we get them out fast.
Yeah, I can definitely drop ship for you.
Awesome.
I mean, it'd be senseless for me to send them to you for you to send them back out. I mean, if you want a bunch that you have on hand, yeah, that's not a problem. But I mean,
yeah, I'd probably just have you make a bunch at one time and then ship whatever, keep X amount there, and then if they don't sell, then I'll just send them to me when I get something else. You know what I mean? This way we could fulfill orders and not have any lag time.
I know for Darlene, she's going to be doing a fundraising event for the Porch Church Network, and we're going to be fulfilling for her and shipping straight to the customer.
Awesome.
Lynn says, "Don't lick the envelopes with a yucky face." Well, everybody likes when I lick the video game cartridges.
How long does it take to make 500 stickers, by the way? Like if you have like the logo set up and everything.
Well, I can do it in a day.
Oh, okay. I might have to pluck some beard hairs and put it in my with my stickers. I'd be bald.
There'd be little like
I'd be bald right here like this. I'll be coming to the show like this, like, hey guys, how you doing?
Send me a little Ziploc bag full of beard hairs. We'll just laminate it to the sticker. Come get a beard.
That's what you should make it. Sub to the beard.
Sub to the beard and get a beard. Yeah, I still have. Who knows what I'm gonna do with my channel? I might change my name. I might keep it the same. Who knows? I have to really look and see if I'm actually starting to come up in search or not. If it's still like super down there, then I might have to pull myself out of there.
Let me see. Let me search the incognito mode and see what happens. Rick Ross. LMFAO. Yeah, you're still down there both ways.
Why does he have to be the biggest boss that they've seen this fall? So what you got going on today, Tommy? Are they making a bunch of stickers?
I gotta make some stickers. I gotta make some thank you cards. I gotta redo some business card. Well, remake some of my business cards. All right, here's the first video. It is the video that came up was I met up with Everyday. Oh, that's Anthony. Anthony came up in the Everyday I'm Hustling search before you did.
I think that's because I'm in the title. That's probably why.
Yeah.
I've been starting to add like the hashtags and stuff in there, so I was hoping that would help, but
yeah, but I still haven't had you come when I've been scrolling though. One of your videos come up yet.
All right, we gotta make a change.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something. Whoop.
That's some type of remix.
Yeah.
I know that song like the back of my head.
It looked interesting, so I wanted to play it.
Kathy, you're just getting ready to go out.
Messing with I'm the boss.
There's like so many different versions of that song too. That don't help, you know.
Yeah, there's remixes. There's a reseller remix of it. Like
Yeah.
they went crazy with that. That's why I thought it was gonna be cool as a name, but I guess not.
Thanks, Gary. I appreciate that, man. Lynn says bearded hustler.
We'll have to brainstorm this weekend.
Do a poll, Nate, in the group.
I have to come up with like 5 or 6 names.
You should make it the Lion Tama.
Come up with like 5 or 6 names, and then open it up.
Vaping hustler.
suggestion too, where they could suggest names.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. I'll put up a post, and I'll do that right now. I'll put up a thing in our chat
There's
or a Facebook group. I mean,
Jenny's the hustle with the beard.
I don't know what I clicked.
Vape hustle repeat.
That'd be a good channel name.
I thought of a T-shirt idea that was similar to that. It was similar. It was like a
Lion Tamping the Hustler.
It was like the
ink.
It was like scan.
You gotta build up your beard's personality, and then it could just be Nate and the beard.
Right? What is wrong with you? Huh? You gotta do something around here. You can't just lay around.
And the beard.
I'm over here hustling. You're just, you know what I'm saying? Gotta do something.
Yeah, but he's the one that brings the subs.
They're all here for the beard. Get it figured out. Something will come to you, and it'll be like, there it is. You know.
Yeah, because hopefully this will be like the last change. I don't want to have to keep switching names.
Right.
How do I set this up? I guess it would just be a regular post, I guess.
All right. Well, does your beard got a name?
No. We got to name the beard too. Jeez.
You should call him Bristles.
Shaggy. His name's Shaggy.
Reseller man, here's getting ready to go out.
I'm looking at beard names here. Somebody's got face fungus.
Oh, looks like Dee's already started.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, the beard
All right.
is over.
Well, then we'll probably shut it down.
Beard.
Shut it down so we can head over there and get our shipping done and
Need
do all that.
to make a list. Check it twice. I got too much to do now. I gotta get a layaway. I gotta get some chicken soup.
It's your mouth brow. And I got some weird names in here. The mouth brow hustler. All right, we're gonna shut it down so I can run over to Dee's and watch her while I'm packing. We'll catch up with Anthony when he does his auction later, and then we'll see what's up. Maybe we'll jump on and do something afterwards.
Sounds good to me. Yep, everybody at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Here you go, Nate. Whisker Rondo's. All right. So everybody have a great weekend. See you back on my channel on Monday. Then we get one day with Anthony before he heads out to Mickey Land.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, all right, y'all. Take care. Have a wonderful day.